All right, it's Thursday, April 24th, and you got Chico here side by side with you, helping you out with your call option trading. So, what's going on? Let's see. Well, the rally has continued for a third day on the stock market across the various stock markets in the US. It's all up. Nasdaq's up about 2.3% as we speak. And so it seems like tech has kind of been doing well. Now, one company that reported was IBM, and I believe they beat their expectations as it says right here. But one thing they mentioned was they lost some contract due to the Doge initiatives, and so it's down 6.6% overall in what they've had to say and report. But yeah, I want to point out the key thing was they lost some contracts with the government. Okay, so like, keep that in mind. And then with that in mind, that does not seem to affect Palantir, which is surge above the strike price that we opened the contract earlier this week. So we're into deeper pain with this trade here, as we had two contracts sold at for 90 cents, expiring tomorrow at $100 strike price, and it's already at 106 today. So it's surged further. I thought maybe some of the news from IBM about losing contracts with the Doge would hamper Palantir a little bit, but apparently not even to like keep it in how you say, at least keep it sideways. It's actually has further popped, because when we opened the contract, it was like about, I think, $94 or something like that. And then the other one that has been that we played on pawn is Carvana, and Carvana is up to 233. So it's finally into the money today, because our contract's strike price is at 230. So we'll see what happens. We got a 3-day rally, and in the news, yeah, Trump earlier on this week, as we discussed, has announced that maybe he'll reduce the tariff amount against China, but China today has their spokesperson says they haven't really been engaged talks with the Trump administration yet. So there's no news about that, and Trump hasn't announced exactly how much he's going to reduce those tariffs by. I'm guessing this is all part of his tactic to say something like that and see how the market reacts and buy some time, and then decide to on how to play the next card. So yeah, we can go to our platform here. Yeah, here's Palantir. We sold at 90 cents. Now it's at 670, and Carvana 270. Now these contracts are, one contract is about 6.5. So we're down about almost 1,200 here on Palantir in this very moment, and down almost 400 for Carvana. So like we said, discussed in the past, given like how there are pops here and there, as investors are hoping for kind of the light at the end of the tunnel, and that this is the risk that we have to deal with, and in this case, it is putting us in some pain. So we'll see what it is tomorrow. We'll stick with it. We won't close it out today. Maybe there's a little bit of sell-off if there isn't any much news tomorrow. I don't know. Yeah, this is kind of definitely a risk management thing, as I discussed in the past, and you have to decide, do you want to take more risks or you want to just end it here? And in this case, I feel like we should wait until tomorrow to see what happens, and maybe see less loss, because it's likely that we're going to be taking a loss on this one and ending our incredible streak of like successful, profitable trades. So that's it for today. No action, just discussing where the market is at, and my thoughts about what we should do. Actually, no, we're not done yet. The other thing is, like, yeah, there are other companies that have been reporting things, like consumer related companies like Procter and Gamble, and also Chipotle, also the airlines, and all of them. The airlines are hurting. They've see reduction in planned travel, and so they have to lower their forecast. Chipotle just announced earnings, and they said people are trying to hold back from dining out. Procter and Gamble, and I think Pepsi also, they all expressed concern with the consumers and potentially having to raise prices for on their goods, such as with Procter and Gamble, given the tariffs. So yeah, with that said, it seems like the companies that are consumer related are starting to feel some negative impact with the consumers. And for AI, I think that's one thing where it still hasn't been felt yet. There's still a very strong demand for AI hardware and AI services. Okay, I just wanted to say that before we ended this video here. So, we'll catch you next episode. I hope you're having a good day. Take care, like and subscribe. Catch you next time.